Are you curious about how you can reapply your sunscreen throughout the day, or maybe even how to make kind of your own BB cream? Then this is the right video for you. Hi guys, I'm Diana Grace. Welcome to my channel. I weekly post videos about mainly Korean skincare and makeup. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing. But now let's just start with today's topic. So a couple of days ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I watched a video by Wayne Goss. He is a brilliant makeup artist and he has almost 3 million subscribers. And in the video, he actually showed that you could mix your moisturizer together with your favorite concealer that has a bit of a high coverage in it. The goal was to have a very natural and nice coverage and that it wouldn't look like you had makeup on. So I thought that this was a very good idea, and I thought to myself, well, maybe you could use the sunscreen instead. You know, I'm all about protecting my skin. If you are wondering about why, you could go ahead and check that video out. So I thought that maybe this was a good method for reapplying your sunscreen throughout the day. It is almost Easter holiday, and I know that at least a lot of Norwegians are going to travel up to their cabin, and there's probably snow there. And as I've mentioned in my previous video about sunscreens, the snow will reflect a lot of the sun's damaging UV rays, so that your skin will be even more damaged by the sun than when there's no snow. And also, I have a sunscreen from Klairs, this one, that has a bit of a blue tint to it, and it's also very brightening for my skin tone because my skin tone is not exactly fair and it's also warm toned. So this is very brightening for me. And I like it sometimes, especially under makeup, but I have found that it was not the best for me if I, for example, was to reapply it on my neck throughout the day, because then my neck would be lighter than my face whenever I had foundation on or something like that. And also it made my skin look more cool toned. So for the most part, this was not perfect sunscreen for me, but I really wanted to use it because it was moisturizing and it had a nice finish to it, and I liked the fact that it evened out my skin tone. So I wanted it to work for me. So that's why I tried mixing this sunscreen with concealers, and that worked great for me. That it looked much more natural. But if you have a fairer complexion and you are cool toned, you can just go ahead and use this sunscreen with your concealer that's not too dark for your skin, or you can use another sunscreen that's not brightening like this one. It's up to you, but this works for me. And if you have somewhat similar skin tone to me or darker skin tone, then you should try this method, especially if you have this sunscreen already. Okay, so I have no makeup on right now. I am breaking out a bit on my whole face almost, and some on my neck, because I'm currently purging. So that is why my skin is a bit more red than usual. But on the bright side, you'll actually get to see the difference quite well. I'm not gonna use this method all over my neck because I don't want color all over my neck. But so I will use a regular sunscreen for that. You know, I'll just reapply it as usual. I'm using the one from Cosrx, which I talked about in my March K-Beauty favorite. And then I'm just applying some on my neck and back here. It's important to just protect all of the skin that's exposed. So I'm covering both the front and the back of my neck and also my ears, and also I will cover my hands. I'll just use it as hand cream. Now that that's finished, I will start the application. So this method works best if you're at home because you're going to use a brush and you're going to use your hand. But if you are outdoors and you still want to use this method, I would recommend you to use to disinfect your hands. And here I just have one from Rituals. I'll put the name in the description box. So what I'm gonna do is that I will take my Klairs sunscreen. I'll just put some on my hand. I'm putting about the amount that's recommended for your face, which is about half a teaspoon. And then I'm taking a concealer from MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in shade NW25 and it's much darker than my skin tone. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm also going to use this one from the Saem, the Tip Concealer. I also talked about this in my January and February beauty favorites, I believe. This one matches my skin tone pretty well, but it also has a slight yellow undertone to it. So yeah, now it looks like this, but I'll just blend it together with this brush. So now it looks like this. The thing now is that since I have blended it with my brush, I now have a lot of it on my brush, so I think that it's important not to just buff away on one part of the face. So I like to just spread it out a bit. So as you can see, that's a lot. I just spread it all over my face. And when I have done that, I will start buffing it in. Because this way, I get to spread it out pretty evenly so that I know that I'm gonna protect my whole face. So I'm just buffing it in. Make sure you blend it in really well with your skin so that it looks natural. And then I'm just gonna use whatever's left in my brush and swipe it all over around my eyes. You will not get as even protection around your eyes this way, but I want to use a lot of sunscreen around my eyes. But you will get some protection, and then you can just use sunglasses to protect them more. And I'm also just gonna put some down my neck. I'll just use whatever's left in my hand just to bring the color down. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it very well, but I now have more of an even skin tone. It has not covered all my blemishes, of course, but it has definitely calmed down my redness and evened out my skin tone a bit. So if you want, you can just go ahead and conceal your blemishes if you are going for a more flawless look. But I think that for being up on the cabin, I don't think that for me it's necessary to go for that flawless look. I just want to look more fresh faced. Yeah, I will actually protect my lips with this one. This has SPF 30. This actually has a lip balm on one end and a sunscreen for the face in the other end. So now I'm done with my makeup, and that's about it, I guess. I just skipped blush and mascara just because I wanted this to be as natural as possible, and since the coverage is not full, I can still see some of my natural blush peeking through the base. But at least now I have protected my skin, and my skin looks a bit more even, which is nice for me since I'm breaking out right now. Over to the question of the day. What is your favorite method for reapplying sunscreen throughout the day? As I've mentioned, there are many different methods, and this is just another method for you to try out if you are interested. I hope this video was helpful and that you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button and comment in the comment section down below. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wish you a great Easter holiday, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!